right, y'all. Good evening. Good evening. This is BSG and you on the road. I was talking. First of all, I want to thank y'all for being here. I was talking to somebody not too long ago. And we was talking about the price of rent and having somewhere to live and owning a house. And, you know, owning a house is almost getting ready to be unobtainable for people. It's just so hard to save money. We work and work and work. And it seems like we in the same place we was in last year. Nothing ain't changed. We're making the same money, but everything going up in price. And it seems like it's just no end to us ever being able to work to save up enough money to own things. So we talked about people renting houses and the price of rent and how it done jumped up just for a basic house. I remember back in the days, not that long ago, I would say in the 90s, that sounds like a long time ago now, but not to me. You could rent a whole 2-bedroom house for probably under $500 with a basement and everything. That was back then. Maybe less than that. Less than that. But now, to rent a house, you getting ready to spend, the minimum gonna be probably about $1,250. And that ain't for no nice, sweet house in a good neighborhood. That's just a regular house in the hood. So we was talking about rent and how he said how he been seeing stuff online, the statistics, saying that the average price of rent within the next less than 4 years, by 2030, that sounds so funny coming out of my mouth too. The year 2030, the average rent gonna be $2,000 a month. But I really don't think people gonna be earning enough money to afford that. Cause the wages ain't going up, they not jumping up. They not about to go up that much between now and less than 4 years from now. They just not. So you say, I don't know what I'm gonna do hearing that. What I'm gonna do, BSG? What I'm gonna do? I'm glad you said that, because I'm gonna tell you. Stop wasting up money first. Stop wasting it up on stuff you really don't need or stuff you really can't afford. That's the first thing you gotta do. This ain't the time to be really splurging and stuff like that. We don't know what's getting ready to happen with this economy, with the world, period. And this ain't the time to splurge. This is the time to think. Think before you spend. Because it's hard to save. So the only way you really can save money nowadays is you're not making a whole lot of extra on top of extra on top of extra. That ain't happening right now. The only way to save money is to just spend less money. I'm on the freeway, I think my ramp closed. Spend less money. Oh yeah, it's all the way closed. That's the only way to save money. Spend less, spend less, spend less. That's the only thing I can tell you. The only other way I can see to survive is to do it God's way. That's the main way. You say, well, what's that way? What's that way, Bishop? BSG, tell me. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. You need to partner up with somebody. Partner up? Oh, get married. Oh, get married. That's a hard thing for people to do these days. Because can't nobody get along. But when your rent is $2,000 a month, and you ain't making but $2,500 a month, you're going to have to learn how to get along. You got to learn how to stay with somebody. Learn how to have long suffering and forgiveness. Everybody waiting for that right person to come along. And the right person that came along probably a couple times, but you didn't want that person. And now we at a point where you got to, I ain't gonna say settle, but you got to learn how to get along with people so that you can be, in a relationship where you can have men, so that you can have some help, men, so that you can be able to take care of a woman, get along with a man so a man can take care of you. We got to learn how to get along, period. Because it's it's already tight. Ain't no getting ready to get tight. People, man, is not being for real with what's going on. Okay? What they say, it ain't no future in your fronting. Because it really ain't. There's something going on, and we know what's going on. There's more bills, and we got money. It ain't but one good solution. Two, spend less money or partner up with somebody. That means you got to learn how to get along, how to stay along, how to be married for a long time, get married, and stay married. You ain't gonna find nobody that's perfect. You just ain't. You gonna have to deal with something no matter who you get with. But what they doing, you have to ask yourself, whatever it is that they doing, can you deal with it? If the answer is yes, I can deal with it, well, go ahead and stay with them, because you're going to get with somebody else and they're going to be doing the same thing or maybe worse. So we got to get along. We got to try to figure this thing out because it's getting ready to get tight. And I was just talking to somebody that I know, this guy, and he gave me those statistics. That rent is getting ready to be $2,000 a month. That's just for cheap rent. That's just regular cheap rent. Like regular cheap rent now is about $1,250. And then you got $1,500, $1,700, and so on and so on. Yeah, some people are already paying $2,000 depending on where you're living at. But I'm talking about here, where I'm at. I happen to be in Detroit today. And so rent could be $2,000 a month. So anyway, I want y'all to be encouraged. Don't have no fear. The Lord gonna take care of you. But you got to take care of yourself too. You got to be wise. You got to learn how to get along in this world. Strong and independent. That ain't, you need help. Even men. Men, you're supposed to have a helpmeet, a helpmate. Women, you're supposed to be helping the man. I know a lot of ladies say, if I could just find somebody to just help me. No. Nobody ain't supposed to be helping you. You're supposed to help the man. The man is supposed to take care of you, period. Yeah, I'm old school. I'm original old school dude, okay? Yeah, I believe that the man's supposed to take care of the woman, okay? And the woman's supposed to help the man take care of her. All you got to do is your part, is help. But because people can't get along, they don't want to get along. They could if they wanted to, but because they don't want to get along, they'd rather be independent and be out of their role, of what they supposed to be doing. Like I hear men talking about they want a woman to be 50-50. No. There ain't no 50-50. You're supposed to take care of her like how Christ take care of us, his church. Ain't no 50-50. God don't need no help to take care of us. He can take care of us without our help. All we got to do is our part. And he going to make sure everything is good. So, I'm kind of rambling on tonight. I feel like talking. I'm riding and talking. yeah, that kind of startled me. $2,000 for rent in the neighborhood, that could be happening within less than 4 years. What people gonna do? How they gonna live? Where they gonna be at? And Section 8, that's getting ready probably to go away. That ain't gonna exist pretty soon. I just feel that it ain't. For everybody that's on Section 8. I mean, I've known people that was on Section 8, and I mean, they didn't even want to pay that little bitty rent that they was having to pay. Just a little bit. Sad. I've known people that was on Section 8 that had to pay zero, and they didn't do nothing but complain about the house. For a $0 house, they complain about it. So maybe we need to be more grateful. I'm just rambling now. Being grateful for what you got. And that person I'm talking about that was on that Section 8, oh, they ain't on it no more, by the way. Ungrateful. You can get a lot done by being humble. I always say that. If you look at my page, I'm always posting, humble is the way. Now, I don't claim to be humble. I don't think I'm humble. But I'm trying. I'm working on it. I work on it every day. I don't think that I'm humble. And I'm going to tell you another thing. You're not humble until somebody else tell you that you're humble. For the people going around talking about I'm humble. That means you ain't humble because you saying that you humble. When you humble, somebody else going to tell you that. Okay? I've told other people that because why? Because I watched their life. I looked at them and I told them, I said, you know what? You humble. God gonna bless you. And God do bless humble people. The world don't teach that. The world teach you to just be a dog and be a tiger. Yeah, you could be a tiger sometime. I'm a tiger sometime, a lot of times. But I'm learning how to be humble when it calls for the situation. Okay? And how to be grateful all the time. That's always in order. Let me see who's looking. Grace Emma Hay. Yep, that's right. It's the only way. That's right. Humble is the way. So, that's about it. I'm going to let y'all ride with me. Y'all on the road with BSG. And it's a beautiful, cool evening. It was just 90-some degrees yesterday. Now it's, let me see, what's the temperature? 59. It was colder than that earlier. You know what the Bible say, man. In the last days, you ain't going to be able to tell the seasons. The Bible is so true. It's just true. Just things that's in there. I mean, just looking at the weather. Just something simple as looking at the weather. If you covered your eyes up today, you would, like I see people walking down the street now with coats on. They had on shorts yesterday. T-shirts. Sweating. Today, people got on coats. Hoodies, because it's cold. But if you happen to close your eyes and come outside today and let's say you came from another city and came here to Detroit, you would swear, man, this gotta be fall. What season is it? Oh, it's fall. No, this ain't fall. It's getting ready to be summertime in a few more days on the calendar. But I tell you, and it's gonna stay cool. They say it's gonna rain, like it's fall tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I think Saturday is gonna rain all day. I just hope it don't rain on Memorial Day. Okay, trying to enjoy my barbecue. All right, so that's enough for me rambling. Thank you for watching me. Tons of you laughing at me. Yep. Thank you for watching, but I'm just saying, I think that some of the people that have separated from people need to probably maybe take a second look, because while you separating from them, you're going to get probably the same or worse with somebody else. And you know I'm telling the truth. I ain't lying. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Because I done experienced it. You get rid of that person, and the next person, man, was worse than the person you was with. Of course, I ain't never been married, but I've been in some relationships. So, for those that's married, don't try to get no divorce in a hurry because somebody made a mistake or whatever. If they taking care of you, let them take care of you. Because as you're getting older, you're gonna be making less money, not more money. So you got to think about that. Everything going up in price, and if you retire, then of course now you making the same money. It probably ain't gonna go up. And if everything else is going up and you making the same money, eventually you gonna be up under the water, your mouth, your nose, your eyes, and then you drowning. So back to the other two things I said. Stop spending as much, spend less, and find a spouse that you love and that love you. You the best thing ever to them, and they the best thing ever to you. Get married and go on ahead on stay married no matter what, like the Bible said. Okay, you know. I asked my mother. I said, Mama, what's the reason to get divorced? She said, well, there ain't really no good reason to get divorced. I said, what about cheating? What about them cheating on you? She's like, well, yeah, you can get a divorce for that, is what she said. But she said this too. She's like, but, you know, you could forgive them and stay with them. I didn't expect her to say that, but she did. She's like, you could forgive them and stay with them. See, that's that old school. That's how come they was married for so long, because they got wisdom. That's how come Big Mama, man, got left with that big house. Because she was smart enough to stay with her husband regardless of what he was doing. He might have had to sleep in another room. He had his own room. But they stayed married because she was smart. That's why. That's why Big Mama could be saying they was married for 50 years. Okay? So just something to think about for the upcoming near future. Being by yourself is all right, but it's not good for man to be alone. So that means it's not good for woman to be alone either, because it's supposed to be together. And life is easier. I believe it's easier. Even if you got money. What's wrong with teaming up with somebody so you can have even more money? Okay? So that's it. That's my message for the day. I ain't preaching. But if you want to pass the offering bucket, you can. I ain't taking up no offering. I'm just joking with y'all. But anyway, I'm just riding, having a good time talking. You know, this is like my first little season of really doing this on the road with BSG, with me being right on the camera. Normally, I just have y'all looking at the road, but I decided I'm going to be on the camera. And I think that's all I got for tonight. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all. I really love y'all. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my TikTok. All of them is BSG with an exclamation point after it. Go check out the new music, I'm Going Home, featuring RLW. And then I got another song that's out called Voyage to Third Heaven. And I think I'm a spaceman on that song, because I got on a little space suit, and we gonna take a voyage to third heaven. Do your research to find out what third heaven is. I know some of y'all don't know, but do your research so you can go too. I give you instructions inside of that song, how to get to third heaven. Available everywhere. Available everywhere. Look for it. BSG, how to get to third heaven. Okay, that's enough, y'all. Have a good night. I love y'all, and I love the Lord too. Peace.